Welcome back, everyone. Or if this is your very first time tuning into Anthropology of AI, the Useful Tech series, a huge welcome to you. I'm Val, and I'm so thrilled you're here. In our first episode, which, by the way, took a fair bit of courage for me to actually post, we talked about why this podcast exists. It's really about cutting through the noise around AI, finding clarity in the chaos, and exploring how tech can genuinely be useful for humans in very practical way. So today we're diving further into a topic that's foundational to understanding modern AI, but a topic that often is shrouded in a bit of jargon, machine learning or ML. And to make it personal and even a little bit fun, we're going to start with a concept that's been around for ages and something that I saw evolve dramatically in the past 15 years. The topic is automation. So when we hear automation, you might think robots on an assembly line, or perhaps the smart home assistant turning off and on the lights. But back in my early days at Google, I had a first-hand look at how automation was quietly transforming and revolutionizing seemingly mundane tasks, making them um, ultimately massive in scale. One of my early roles involved managing ad campaigns. And let me tell you, managing thousands of ad campaigns with unique content for each, across different products, different regions, different languages, could quickly become a mind-numbing, human resource draining nightmare. So we use this really handy internal tool, editing tool, that allowed us to do something truly groundbreaking, create these campaigns in bulk. So instead of manually crafting each ad, we could leverage the tech to generate thousands and thousands of ad content materials seemingly with a click of a button. It was automation on steroids, so really amplifying and simplifying human effort exponentially. And then it got even wilder. We started building tools. And one of these tools that my team contributed to developing took this bulk creation step even further. And we leveraged Google Translate API and incredibly sophisticated capabilities to help scale those ad campaigns to hundreds of languages in a matter of a single click. So think about that. A message crafted in English was instantly ready to launch in Japanese, Spanish, Arabic, and all the other languages. And it wasn't just automation, that was automation powered by a nascent form of intelligence. So we also built other tools that are actually still available today. One example is Google Market Finder. If you're a business looking to expand globally, Market Finder is like having a digital Sherpa. It literally pulls in thousands of different metrics from around the globe, from country population density, e-commerce adoption rates, digital maturity, actual search queries in specific knowledge graph categories, and then it crunches all of the data to offer customized go-to-market roadmaps for successful market expansion. It's a testament of how internet has truly broken down international trading barriers through digital exploration, bringing potential customers to different businesses at a lower risk, lower cost than even before. But how did this tool know what to recommend? How did it learn from all this data? So this brings us to machine learning. So what I talked about with the bulk generation and the market finder, those were powerful forms of automation. We gave the system rules. If this, then do that. But with machine learning, the paradigm fundamentally shifts. So instead of explicitly programming every single rule for every possible scenario, we started building systems that could learn from data. Imagine trying to teach a child to recognize a cat. So you don't give them a list of rules of attributes. You don't just say, if it has pointy ears and whiskers and it meows, it's a cat. You show them hundreds of pictures of cats, or like in our case, you actually expose them to the real life cats, and they learn what a cat is by observing it. So ML works in a similar way. We feed the systems massive amount of data, images, text, numbers, along with the right answers. And through complex algorithms, the machine finds patterns and builds models and learns how to make predictions or decisions on its own. The first breakthrough came with things like natural language processing, NLP, which is the field dedicated to helping computers understand, interpret, and manipulate human language. Think about the spell check on your phone, or the predictive text that finishes your sentences, the improved search results that understand the intent behind your query better, not just the keywords that you use. So early language models were fantastic at translation, categorization, understanding sentiment. And so the key terms here are the training data, the vast ocean of information that model learns from, algorithms, which is the mathematical recipe that enable the learning, and ultimately the patterns, what the machine actually identifies in the data. So for a long time, these models were primarily about understanding, predicting, summarizing based on what they've seen, but they weren't truly creative. And then we fast forward to a relatively recent, truly revolutionizing leap, generative AI. And this is what really captured everyone's attention, and through the underlying research that has been developing for years. So for example, when I was working in Google Cloud Apps, we were seeing the internal power of generative capabilities, such as content generation directly within the Google Docs, also helping you draft emails, reports, or in Google Meet, having real-time summaries of conversations, and live translation, along with, seamless global collaboration. Or think about something like contact center AI, where generative models empower virtual agents to handle complex customer queries, not just with prescripted answers, but with actual nuanced human-like conversations. So the generative part means these AI models don't just understand or predict, but they can create entirely new original content, whether it's coherent text, stunning images, new pieces of music, or even functional code. They learn the patterns so deeply that they can produce novel outputs that didn't exist in the training data. So they are mimicking human creativity, which is exciting and sometimes bewildering, and it's the frontier that we're navigating right now. So from the early days of streamlining ad campaigns for bulk automation, to the intelligent data crunching of Market Finder, to machine learning patterns from vast data sets, and now to AI that can actually create new content, we've come incredible distance. And at the core of this podcast, Anthropology of AI, we want to keep exploring this journey through a human-centric lens. So what does it mean for the individuals as a society, and how can we leverage these incredible tools for good? So in our next episode, it's another foundational episode, we're going to dive deeper into that anthropological lens. What is anthropology anyway, and why is it so crucial for understanding the future of AI? Thank you so much for joining me today. Your curiosity means a lot to me. Please don't forget to hit subscribe and leave a review if you enjoyed it, and let me know your feedback, and I'll see you in a couple of days. Stay tuned.